Welcome in another edition of the Dirt Racing Podcast. Let's get started.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Dirt Racing Podcast. It's race day at Knoxville. Instead of being the Nationals, 410 Nationals, that's postponed to next year. It's the one and only, the first two nights, capping up with the Capitani Classic. We'll have shows every day through Sunday. So on today's show, we'll explain the format for tonight and tomorrow night and tell you who's all entered. First of all, on the format, on Thursday tonight and tomorrow night will be the same exact format. First of all, the pill draw will be as normal as the Lovellas events. But here's what's different. You will there'll be 8 groups of 9 scheduled for hot laps. When it comes to time trials, it will not be split into it's all one group. But during the time trials on the track will be 3 cars at a time to wrap up time trials. Then after the time trials, the top 48 will be inverted into 6 heat races. So that's 8 cars inverted in each heat, 6 heats. Then the balance of the field will be lined up straight up in each heat race. You're gaining points for heat and qualifying, and the top 8 accumulated points for both will make up the dash. Those drivers will draw for their dash position like normal, and the dash finish will learn the first 4 rows of the feature. The other cars going to the feature, it gets tricky here. Heat race winners, the 6 heat race winners, will be added to the field, the feature field. The top 6 after the dash cars that were not a heat race winner also make the feature to make 20 cars. But say a heat race winner is a dash car, then the 7th in points then will go, and so on. Then how the C, B, D, and B would be lined up will be straight up by points. The first 16 cars after the 20 cars make the feature will go to the B main. Then the next 16 would go to the C, and the final 20 go to the D, with the top 4 moving from each event to create a 20-car field. The heat races will be 10 laps of distance. The dash, of course, will be 6, and points will not count for your total from the dash. The D main would be 10, C main 10, the B 12, and the A main 25. We'll talk about Saturday how it works. But the points will, for qualifying, 100 and drops by 1. So 70th would actually get about, if I can find my papers right, would be 31. Heat races. And here's where it will drop down by 500 to win, with 12th getting 45. The transfer spots at the D, transfer cars will not get points. It'll be 61st and drop down by 3 2, with 20th getting 16. The C main, 5th will get 116. 20th will get 171. On the B main, 171 would be 5th to 126. For the A main, it'll also drop by 3 with 250, and 24th will get 181. So that's how that will work. There will be accumulated points both nights. Your total added to figure out where you're at Saturday. And then the top 4 on Saturday will be locked into the dash. We'll tell you more about Saturday's format on Saturday. And then, of course, this weekend's show, if you have the Fast Pass from Dirt Vision, you're good to go. We'll take a quick break. Your driver roster, we'll break it up in a couple parts so I can get it all in. When I mention, I'll mention their hometown, but if it's like I don't mention the state with it, that represents Iowa. And if I know a sponsor, I'll try to give you the sponsor. This will be in number order. The first car on the list from Shark Racing from Hanover, Pennsylvania, in the Dryden 1A, that's Jacob Allen. His teammate and nephew from Hanover, Pennsylvania, in the 1S, a Logan Schuhart in the Dryden car. In the Tarleton Sun Go Pro Motorplex entry from Livermore, California, in car 2, Carson Macedo. In the 2C, one of the Rookie of the Year contenders with the World of Outlaws from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the 2C of Wayne Johnson. This guy's had a tough week going into it. On Monday, through the storm, had his trailer tipped on its side from Versailles, Missouri, the 3 of Ayrton Jetton. From Pleasantville, driving the 3P, the Arnold Motor Supply entry, that's Sawyer Phillips. He had a good run in the 360 Nationals and was the Rookie of the Year last week. From Jonestown, Pennsylvania, a member of the Pennsylvania Posse in the Moose's Bar and Girl LZ, number 3Z, Brock Zierfoss. One of the favorites at Knoxville from Altoona, driving the snowplow.com, Morduck Portables, number 4, that's T-Mac, Terry McCarl. From Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, and car number 5, the Guy Forbrook entry, that's Ian Matson. From Roseville, California, in the 5C, it's Kobe Copeland. From Plainfield, Indiana, a World of Outlaws regular, in the 6 of Bill Rose. From San Jose, California, driving as Jason Sides entry, the 7 of Tim Kading. From Indianapolis, Indiana, switching from non-wing racing to wing in the 7BC, that's the Knott's Energy Drink Turbo entry, that's Sunshine Tyler Courtney. From Bartlett, Tennessee, in the 7S, the King Racing Products entry, that's the 7S to Jason Sides. From Pleasantville, driving the 7 Taz, and it was his birthday yesterday, in the 7 Taz of Tasker Phillips. From T, South Dakota, picked up a feature win this year at the Knoxville Raceway, the 7X of Justin Henderson. From T, South Dakota, the 09, the Octane Inc. entry, that's Matt Jewell. From Waterbowl, Victoria, Australia, we find in the Caravan Trailers, number 9, James McFadden. From Grimes, Iowa, driving the 9W, is Ryan Giles. From Angola, Indiana, in the 11, that will be Zeb Wise. From Bloomington, Indiana, won the Knoxville Nationals in 2005, the 11K, the Meseta Valley Transportation car, that's Craig Kidser. In the 12N, hasn't ran many races this year, from Brownsburg, Indiana, the Brownsburg Bull, Joey Saldana. From Sunnydale, Texas, in the 15H of Sam Haferteeth. From Worcester, Ohio, the father of Pella Honchild, in the 17 Knott's Energy Drink entry, that's Sheldon Honchild. From Altoona, in the Koltoff Electric, number 17A, Austin McCarl. He's from Odessa, Texas, the 17B of Josh Boffman, but his race shops, Paths Sideways Karting Center, is right outside of town in Knoxville. From Fremont, California, driving the Elk Grove Ford Knott's Energy Drink, number 17W, picked up a second in the 360 Nationals. That was Shane Golobic. From Fresno, California, driving the KPC entry for the 18, that's Gio Scelzi. From Bigsby, Oklahoma, fan favorite, driving in the Indy race parts, Blue Max Performance, number 19, Shane Stewart. From Tipton, Ohio, the 19P of Paige Polyak. From Rockwell City, in the 20, a dirt racing podcast driver on the team. That's AJ Moyler. We'll take that break. Those are the first several on the list. Part 2, the driver roster. Starting with driving from Green Valley, Missouri, the 21, the Casey General Stores, number 21 of Brian Brown. From Santa Anita, California, in the 24, that's Shop Rico entry, Rico Abreu. Driving the Redeem Foundation, Hager, number 26 from Vasala, California, Corey Eliason. From Palo, Kansas, driving the Link Build entry, number 27, Tucker Klossmeyer. The third McCarl in the race, from Altoona, this one is the 27C of Carson McCarl in the Jetco entry. From McLaren Vale, South Australia, in the 28, the Sawblade.com, number 28, Scott Boguski. Another Rookie of the Year contender in the World of Alice from Springfield, California, the 33 Mason Daniel. From Indianapolis, Indiana, the 35 of Zach Hampton. From Germantown, Tennessee, in the Swindell Speed Labs, number 39, Slammin' Sammy Swindell. From Dillsburg, Pennsylvania, in the Macquarie Concrete, number 39M, Anthony Macquarie of the Pennsylvania Posse. He'll still be the defending Knoxville Nationals champion until next year, driving the Jason Johnson entry, presented with Messia Valley Transportation and Weikert's Livestock. From Watertown, Connecticut, the 41, David Gravel. From Fresno, California, he wanted a taco truck. There'll be one, maybe. The 41S, Dominic Scelzi. From Apollo, Pennsylvania, the 42S, the son of Ed Lynch. This is Cy Lynch. From Ankeny, the 44, Chris Martin. From Puyallup, Washington, driving the Easy Go entry, the 44S, Trey Starks. From Bartlett, Tennessee, a National Sprint Car Hall of Famer in the 44R, Jeff Swindell. Another Pennsylvania Posse number from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, driving the Sandos Fruit Market, number 48, Danny Dietrich. Driving the Casey Kane Napa entry from Grass Valley, California, that's the 49 of Brad Sweet. Driving from West Burlington in the 49J, driving the Doug Wolfgang 1991 lookalike with Max Rogers, that's Josh Steinerman. From Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, the 49X of Tim Schaefer. From Sikeston, Missouri, in the 55, the TK Concrete entry, that is Hunter Schoenberg. And we forgot a couple earlier on the list. From Huron, South Dakota, the 2K, Kevin Engel. From Sans Souci, New South Wales, Australia, driving the Casey's Jersey Freeze, number 2KS of Brooke Tatnall, and picking up the 360 Nationals last week. From St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia, in the 2M, the Killer Crossbows entry, Kerry Matson. The 56 car from Swan, that will be Joe Cimbro. From St. Michael, Minnesota, in the Deluxe Crates 56N, Davey Heskin. This guy needs no introduction, but I'll give him one. From Elk Grove, California, driving the Tarleton Sons, Paul Silva entry, that's Young Money, number 57, Kyle Larson. The next driver from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, is the 63 of the Thiel Builders, or his AKA name of Tony Knight. That's Scotty Thiel. From Fairland, Indiana, driving the 70 of Cale Thomas. Driving the Indy Race Parts number 71 from Lisbon, Indiana, Spencer Baston. From Wausau, Oklahoma in the 83. Driving the Roth Enterprises car, that's Darren Pittman, the birthday boy from yesterday. And picked up a huge 369. Picked up a 369 with win on Friday from Sydney, New South Wales, Australia, or Prairie City, Iowa. The 83R, the builder of Vortex Wings, Linton Jeffrey. From Chute, Texas, the 87, the Fulton Brothers truck entry, and the shop's not too far from the racetrack, Aaron Reitzel. From Tracy, California, driving the Country Builders number 88, that's Kyle Oldfield. And the final car on the list from Leberc, Alberta, Canada. His dad raced the Knoxville Raceway back in the 80s, the 99, a Skylar G. So those are your 70 scheduled cars for the first annual running of the one and only. A thing I want to mention again, we'll be back with tomorrow's show Friday, another show Saturday, and the wrap up Sunday. But if you have the Dirt Vision Fast Pass, you automatically get the race. If you're looking just for audio, visit kniacareless.com. They'll be also covering it. And if you wanted to see live results, go to www.knoxvilleRaceway.com. We'll have you covered.